Great. What did you say? All right. Video 5 of 5. This will be 41 through 50. But let me remind you, as I have at the beginning of every video, the final is 50 multiple choice questions, all no calculator. Just like your review, 50 multiple choice questions, all no calculator. They are very similar. All right, so let's jump to 41. And actually, before I do 41, I want to back up and do, I don't remember which one that is, natural log of e to the x. Oh, it's 38. But most people find 38 easier than 41 because you can take the exponent down front, and the natural log of e is 1, so you just get x. 41's a little harder, but it's the same idea that natural log and e cancel each other out, and so you just get x.
Oh. Wait, I thought 38 was x.
38 is x.
So they're both x.
They're both x.
Okay.
It's sort of like the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of x squared is x. It's like they undo each other, and the order you do them in doesn't really matter. They counteract each other. 42. Which of the following sequences is arithmetic? See, arithmetic means we add or subtract to get to the next one. So minus 4 plus 6, minus 4 plus 6. That's a curious sequence, but it is not arithmetic. There is a pattern, but not arithmetic. Subtract 5, subtract 5, subtract 5. I think we have a winner. If you want to double check. Multiply by 2, and so on. So that's not arithmetic. Multiply by a half, by a half, by a half. So that's not arithmetic either. So yes, it's B. Which of the following is true? Okay, they're all geometric, so that means we're multiplying by something each time. So it's kind of tricky when you have a not fraction and a fraction, but if you're going from fraction to fraction, I think it's easy to tell that you multiplied by 2 over 3, because multiplying fractions you just multiply across. And from 8/9 to 16/27, you multiply by 2 over 3. So I think that is true. That first one is true. The second one, multiply by negative 3, by negative 3, by negative 3. We could use the fancy word. R is negative 3 for the second one. So that one's true. 3 looks a little bit crazy, but multiply by square root of 3, and then by... Whoops, wait a minute. If I multiply square root of 3 by square root of 3, that would be 3. Or to get from here to here, we're multiplying by 3. So something's not right. We're like missing a term or something. So 3 is out. So 1 and 2 only, which would be letter C. The ninth term of the sequence given by. So that means we would plug in 9 for n. 32 times negative 1/2 to the 8th. That's not particularly fun. Negative to an even power. It's going to be positive at least. 2 to the 8th. The highest one I remember is 64. 2 to the 6th is 64. After that, I'm going to start writing them down. So 2 to the 8th is 256. $32 out of 256. Well, it's not negative, so those are out. 3 goes into 25 about 8 times, so I think we're at 1/8. Or, I mean, if you don't like that, Then you got to reduce and reduce and reduce. Reduce by 2, and by 2 again. And oh, there we go, 8 over 64. That's an easy one, 1/8. 45, that one was exactly on the test from that unit, if you remember that. So which one is it? So I got all the right letters, they're just all jumbled up. Leo thinks it's C. What do we think of Leo? That's the real question.
Not too fond.
You think you agree?
Yeah. No, right now you're scaring me.
Yeah, I think so. A's in the top. A's in the top. And then it's 1 minus R, not R minus 1. So yes, of course Leo was correct. 46, the sum of the series. Oh, infinite sum. So we should probably use that formula we just looked at. First term over 1 minus R. R is 1/2. I can just tell by looking. How will I find the first term for this one? What am I plugging in? 3. Yeah, don't plug in 1. This one starts at 3, so you got to plug in 3. It's a little bit weird, but so 4 times 1/2 squared is 1/4. 4 times the 4th is 1. So the sum is the first term, which is 1. Well, again, it's weird to label it A1 because it's sort of A3, but it's sort of A1. It's the first term that we would list is 1. Over 1 minus 1/2. So 1 divided by 1/2 is 2. (47) Another sum of an infinite series. So first term over 1 minus R. First term's easy. That's just the first term that's written there, 1/2. R, let's see, how am I getting from one fraction to the next fraction? Multiplying by 2 in the top, 3 in the bottom. Anything else I need to be careful about? Negative, because it keeps changing signs. So 1/2 is the A1 over 1 minus negative 2/3. So got to be careful here. So 1/2 over 3/3 plus 2/3 is 5/3. Good. 3/3 plus 2/3 is 5/3. And then I'm going to keep it, change it, flip it. So keep it, change it, flip it. I get 3/10. So answer choice B. 48. Which of the following series diverges? Okay, and they're all infinite. So I've got to be careful. Looking back at 45, 46, 47, what made all of those converge, or what made that formula work? Not a positive first number. It doesn't matter what the first number is. What matters is the absolute value of R is less than 1. Kind of give it away here, number 45. So I need the common ratio, the multiplier, to be less than 1. So I look down here, 1.3, that's bigger than 1. That's going to be getting bigger and bigger terms. So I'm pretty sure it's A. 0.2, that's smaller than 1. 0.8, smaller than 1. 0.75, smaller than 1. So all of those are converging. So yeah, that's A will diverge because the terms get bigger and bigger. 49. For the triangle on the right, which one of the following is true? Shouldn't I say which of the following is true? One suggests it's only one, and I don't know if that's the case or not. Anyway, here's the angle we're talking about. So let's label opposite and adjacent and hypotenuse. And if you didn't know this Pythagorean triple, you could look at the answers and maybe guess that it's a Pythagorean triple. It's an 8, 15, 17. So let's see, secant goes with cosine, so that should be h over a, 17 over 15, so that one's right. Cotangent is the flip of tangent. Adjacent over opposite is 15 over 8. Whoops, that one's not right. So number 2 is not right. Cosecant goes with sine. So we flip the sign and get h over o. 17 over opposite is 8. That was not right either. So it is one of them is correct. Number A, or answer A. And then lastly, for the triangle given on the right, which of the following is false? Again, I'm going to label my opposite and adjacent and hypotenuse. And if I had a nickel for each person that thought this was a Pythagorean triple of some sort, I wouldn't be wealthy, but I'd have a lot of nickels. How do I find the opposite side? Well, I have 2 sides and I'm missing a third. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C's got to be the hypotenuse. The other 2, it doesn't really matter what we call them. You could also look at your answers and figure that it's probably square root of 5, but 9 minus 4 is 5. So yes, sure enough, square root of 5 for the opposite side. Which one is false? Okay. Sine, that's opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse, so that was right. Secant is the flip of cosine, so that should be h over a. 3 over 2, that was right. Cotangent is a over o. A over o, that's backwards. I'm thinking it's c. Just checking here. Cosecant goes with sine, so that should be h over o. 3 over root 5, which if I fix, gets me that right. So yes, it was c. That did not make sense. That was not right. Alright, so if you've watched all 5 videos, you've seen it all.